All right, sir. Thank you for contacting me. I appreciate that. Um, so, what is it that you would like to talk about, my friend?
A little bit of everything, just trying to be more consistent, get more
Okay.
consistent work, like a paid advertising.
Paid advertising. Okay. Is it mostly about marketing and advertising, or is it about just business in general?
I would say advertising because like I've been to networking groups, I've had good success through that, and then Facebook groups.
All right.
But I just don't have like a paid advertising thing that works.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
mean, Facebook
Uh,
it works, but it's always low quality, not even worth going type of thing.
on Facebook advertising.
Yeah, at least in my experience.
Okay. Are you trying to do it yourself, or are you getting a an expert or some a company to do it for you? Doing
Just
it
me.
yourself. Okay. No offense, but everybody sucks unless you're an expert in the advertising of for PPC for
Yeah.
Facebook or even Google. Um, and I include myself in that. So um, it really comes down to the learning curve of the PPC platforms that you're using, whether it's Facebook or Google or etc. Right? Until you actually learn that, and I mean, I'm fairly decent at it now. I won't say I'm great at it, but I'm not wasting the amount of money that I was when I first started doing this. But that's only because I've done it for a considerable amount of time, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos, hours upon hours of YouTube videos, and then taking what I'd learned and applying that, and then trying it again. That said, you probably don't have an infinite amount of money. Nobody does. I certainly did. But you got to be willing to. You got to have enough money to suck it up if you're going to try it on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I
You're going
was
to have
willing to. In the summer, I was willing to, of course.
right, of
Now I'm
course,
just like, okay, I need to actually, it needs to work, or else I'm
right,
going to waste money.
right.
And then another thing
My
is
yeah. Go ahead.
SEO. That's SEO. That's another big thing I'm trying to work on or learn.
Okay. Do you have a website?
Yeah.
What's your website?
Just look up www.uprightmoving.org.
Upright Moon.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just have take a look at this here. Upright moving. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at your website here. Uh, I like the header area. I like the photographs, although I would prefer to see you in front of somebody's house. I love the
Really?
uniforms. Yep. The uniform looks good. The hats look good. The start online. See how the start and call us buttons are blue and gray?
Uh huh.
They're hidden. They're hidden, right?
What do you think? Like white, maybe?
I would go probably if you want to start online or you think what is the call of action you really want them to do?
Just call my phone number.
Then get rid of the start online, right? You could put a quote button down below, but I would put that in red or orange or some other color different from blue or gray.
Okay. Really? All
Now,
right.
yeah, making your move quick and easy. I like that. It's not the best, but it's a far better than a lot of them. But
Yeah.
it's hard to read. So is the subheading in the thing because of the way your photo is. It's
Hmm.
hard to read. So what I would probably do is I would extend that photo. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
So I would take the photo, I would make it go all the way over here and all the way over here, right? I would gray the photo down just a little bit or blacken the side of it, right? Or take this photo, bring it all the way over to one side or other and blacken one other color one side of it so you could put your headline on. Your headline
All right.
on this side would be better, right? And your sub
Mhm.
headline over here, and have this area kind of black with your photo kind of blurring into the photo, the black
So
blurring.
basically separate the words from like our faces and all that. Like get them
Right.
off. Okay.
Yep. And
It may
then
be a
I
little different. It may be a little different on the mobile though, like the mobile website version.
oh, let's find out. We can check that out real quick. I guess I can't. Um, it might be, but on the desktop, you still want to do that. You would like
Yeah.
to do that. So have
All
this
right.
black, like a black grayish or something like that, and that just blends into this photo, right?
Mhm.
And then you have a big button that says "Call us" with your phone, and then make that so that, especially on mobile, that it's click to call.
All right. I can
Okay.
actually do it right now. Like change the color of the background just to see, like black.
Okay.
I mean, that looks a little better, I would say.
Yeah.
Probably black.
Let me refresh mine here. Okay, it doesn't. It's not
It's
making
not
me
gonna
have it.
do it. I'm just editing it, but if you want to look on my screen, here's the black and then
Okay,
gray.
hang on. I got to get. Hang on. I'm going to stop sharing that here. Let me see it. Oh, you went to black. Yeah.
There's gray. Gray's all right. And then white.
Gray's fine. I'm not really. I'm more worried about those buttons down on the bottom than your sides.
Okay, I got you. So basically, you're saying to
Uh,
move this like over here, out of the way.
Yep.
All righty. I'll try to figure out the best way to do that. Probably make this picture a little smaller. It's a little too big.
I'm not. I actually kind of like the size of the picture.
That's true. Maybe move this
Uh,
up so it's away from my face.
yeah, because it's just hard to read,
Yeah, I
right?
got you.
Then you go down to our services. Just before the our services, I would put like if you got them, some 5-star reviews there, and or logos of any associations or programs that you're part of. Like if you're in a BNI group, put a BNI logo there. If you're part of the Chamber of
Before
Commerce,
this?
huh?
Before
Just
the
before
before?
services.
So basically
Before
like
services.
add a little strip or something. Or
Yeah.
a new section.
Yep. Put a little strip there. And testimonials would be best. If you got video testimonial, even better. If not, at least you got to get what you got to do is you got to establish some social proof.
Okay, here, well
Okay.
I know you're telling me that, but I'll just scroll down and show you I kinda have something similar. It's just farther down.
Right. Yeah, something like that. A little more narrower. That's too wide. But I would put that up just before our services.
All right, so just switch this before all the services. All right, got it.
Okay, good. Your pictures of loading, unloading look good. I like that. Show some attitude, showing a little sweat equity there with your shirt.
Yeah,
Right. That's actually kind of cool, actually, believe it or not.
thank
Then
you.
you got that photo with the truck and the trailer. That's pretty good. So you can show in local, long distance. That's good. Junk removal. Good. That's very junky. Packing. I would go to ChatGPT and AI or something and actually get
Mhm.
have a photo that's actually not a stock photo, and because that's obviously a stock professional photo, and not only that, it's not really showing packing.
Yeah, and I
You
will
know what I'm
say
saying?
I really don't do packing. That's kinda why I didn't really put a photo.
All right.
But
Well,
I
you
also
got it
don't want to
here.
say no, like, I don't wanna say
Yeah.
no to a packing job, but it's not my
Well, if you
expertise.
got it right, if you got it here, then you need to put a nice photo that actually depicts you packing.
Yeah. I'll get a picture just whenever.
Okay. Other than that, get rid of that and then just make those pictures smaller so that it sort of looks like it's in 3 columns like this, right?
Like what? I can't
Like 3
see it.
columns like this. So you got one picture here, one picture here, one picture here, kind of thing.
Can you
With
share your
the
screen again?
I can see your screen, yeah.
No, I mean, could you share your screen again?
Oh,
How you used
yep,
to have it? Because I
yep, yep,
can't
yep.
see.
No worries. I thought it was sharing.
I was like, what column?
So like,
Okay.
here's the columns.
Yeah.
Have a picture here, picture here, picture here. So you just get, if that you're not doing packing, unpacking, get rid of that. Get rid if it's not something you do or you want to do a lot of, get rid of it. Don't have it displayed.
Might as well not.
About us. I like that. That's really nice. I like that you're out in front of a house with the your trailer. You've got a lot of real estate, by the way, on your trailer that's not being utilized. That might be something you want to do, right?
A lot of like
Um,
decals and extra stuff.
yeah, you might
Is that
want
what you
to
mean?
go to find somebody who does like vehicle wraps and see what kind of design they can come up with you, so you can get
Shoot,
that.
I got
Go ahead.
quoted like $5,000, I think.
Yeah, that's about right. Yep.
I was wondering if it'd be worth it or not, or just this summer, just to, keep it simple, get a big phone number on the side. I'm still doing that, but
Yeah,
besides the
you
phone
definitely
number,
need your big phone number. I would get a bit. I mean, you could keep it as like simple like this. That's fine, but I would get your big phone number, put it in red, call us, and then I'd also like on the back door of it, you'd have the call us number, and then I would actually get like a QR code, so people who are traveling that are in their cars, they can just scan the QR code and it goes right to your website.
cool. I have it on the back, the number and all that.
Do you got a QR code?
I have 5 in my closet. I just need to put them on.
Do you know what a QR code is?
Yeah, I have 5 stickers, like decals, in my closet from
Okay,
my
yeah,
old trailer.
all right. Yeah, put those on. Quick, easy, full insurance, 99 referral rate. I like the box, but you should have some sort of picture in there or some sort of nice, not these little square boxes. I would actually have like some sort of
Picture.
icon or something like that. And I wouldn't make the colors so bold, like black, white, bright blue. You know what I mean? I would probably make this more of a gray. Bring the white up, make it like a yellow or a dull yellow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your colors are just bright, which is fine. There's no problem with that.
Yeah, I kind of did it
Right?
purposely just to stand out, but I'm sure they don't want to see the bright light.
Yeah, you just got to break it up a little bit because I would get a really darkened photo behind this, right?
A darkened one, like of us.
Of you or you in front, an action photo. I like this. Get your free quote. I like how simple that is, but I'd put a very dull, transparent photo right in that area.
It's actually a really good idea. Maybe just one little picture of us on a job right below the get your free quote.
Yeah, that'll be fine
just
too.
A little box.
Yep,
little
just
box
a small little
picture.
Yep, that's fine. I actually like how simple that is. I wouldn't make this button black. I'd make it red.
Red, all right. I guess
red or orange or something that pops off the thing, because black just isn't going to do it for you.
Yeah.
I would gray. I wouldn't use black. I would use more of a dark gray.
Dark gray. All right.
Yeah. What are you using to build this website, by the way?
To be honest, I mean, I've just kind of worked on it over time, but when I just started this business, I had somebody do it for like Fiverr, I think.
From Fiverr?
But at this point, I've just been watching videos and like kind of just working on it over time.
Okay. But what platform are you using to build it on? Wix? Squarespace? Wix?
Wix, yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like Wix. I mean,
Wix isn't horrible. I'd get rid of the search bar that's at the top of your header. You don't need that.
Well, I don't know. Like, do you understand blogs and all that? Because I tried adding a blog today, and now it popped up. I don't know how that.
This did. The search button did.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know where blogs are seen or how that works.
Well,
I just heard it was good for SEO.
Yeah, blogs are very good for SEO. I'd get rid of the search bar and just write learning center, not blog. Put like learning center right here, right?
Learning center. Oh, okay, got you. Or
Yeah,
tips, moving tips, or some whatever.
yeah, yeah. Tips, tips and advice, moving tips and advice, learning center. Don't say blog.
Okay.
It's boring, and it really doesn't do anything for your SEO. Everybody's got
Oh, okay.
blog. But if you use Learning Center or tips and advice or resources or something like that, then you're going to find people will click on that a lot more.
Yeah.
But you definitely should have some sort of um, blog. You should have definitely some blog. I want to check out your. Okay, your sitemap. This is your sitemap, and it
Mhm.
basically has. Yeah, you have nothing. That's another. That's probably something you're not. You're not. Your reason why you're not getting a lot of SEO is because you don't have any. Um, you don't have anything on your post really. There's really no SEO to um, your website.
Would you recommend trying to figure it out myself or just getting somebody?
Honestly, I think you should get a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I feel like one day I
someone
think
that
I.
will, at the very least, go and get a bunch of keywords that are about moving and take them to Fiverr and have somebody write you an article on each one of those keywords of, of 1,000-word blog post and start doing that. Stick that in your learning center with some photos at the very minimum, right? You don't have to hire somebody, but you're going to need help because you're not going to be able to do all this on your own.
Especially
It
when it
just,
gets busy again.
huh? What?
Especially when it gets busy again. Like trying to
Exactly.
do this and move.
I mean, you got the good bare bones. I like the simplicity of it. The colors, I'm not keen on the colors just because they're so bright. I like a
Yeah.
more muted and duller colors. I
Hmm.
do like the blue. I just don't like the dull thing.
Or like a purple on this. I don't know why. It's like really bright.
Yeah, it's all right. So we're gonna get out of that. We're gonna stop sharing that. We're gonna go over here and back to each other. There we go. Um. So yeah. So your SEO is not great. And I'm assuming your Google business profile is not that great either, is it?
I mean, you can check it out. I would say it's decent or it looks good.
Okay. Well,
I don't
we'll
know if it's
find out here.
found. I don't know if it's
Okay,
foundable.
yeah, I just did it. You're not in Google Maps. Well, you might be. Let me just check this out here. Well, let's go to Maps. I see that the first thing that comes up is your website, which is good for upright moving, right?
Mhm.
But I didn't check your city. What city are you
Well, I
in?
will say I don't have like a location. I never put in one,
Well,
but
you
it's
need
what
to do. You really need to do it. What area are you trying to? What area are you working in? What
Weatherford for the
city?
most part.
Weatherford.
But I don't have an address in Weatherford. That's the problem. It's like a little small town, like 20 minutes away.
Weatherford is like 20 minutes away.
No, where I live is 20 minutes away, and there's like nobody here.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know
Oh,
if
okay.
it'd be worth.
Yeah. I think Brazos is what we're talking about that I'm looking at. So how
That's my
far away
biggest
are you from
competition.
Brazos Movers?
Yeah, because like all the other ones, they don't really have any. They don't have a lot of good reviews, and they just doesn't seem like they put a lot of effort in their website. Like in the Weatherford area,
I don't know. King Movers seem to
but
have have a good star rating. Your Friends has a good star rating. Brazos, they actually have the worst star rating of them all. That's well, new start moving. New start
New
moving has
Star.
the worst of them all.
That's kind of what I meant. I meant like them. I mean, they don't seem to put a lot of effort in their pictures or Google profile.
All right. All right. So you need on your Google profile, you definitely need to put an address. I don't care if it's your home address. You need to put an address.
What's the difference? Like, what is it? Is it a big difference as far as popping up?
Yeah, because the number one search term that is the most popular one is movers near me, right? It's city block blank city movers near me. So when somebody
Yeah.
goes to movers near me, you want to be shown up. You have a great chance to being shown right on the first page just because one, there's really not a lot of a competition, right? And if you got a good 5-star review rating, then that would be good. But
Okay,
you're not, huh? Go
that's
ahead.
probably why King Movers. I mean, they have 14 reviews, but they're
Yeah,
on like the second or third. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I feel like if I
yeah,
had an address, I'd probably be at least up there.
yeah, yeah. If you notice there, they got an address, right?
But my
So,
address is in Millsap. So is that even gonna help or is that gonna hurt?
oh well, it would hurt because you're going to show up for Millsap.
So would you
Um,
recommend maybe trying to get like a PO box or address or
Not a PO box. I'd get a shared virtual location, someplace that
shared?
accept that
Okay,
actually has somebody that a shared one of those shared incubator places, and you just want to pay for like a couple months worth, so enough to get couple phone calls somewhere where they're open during the day, and that you can receive some mail. Something going on?
oh no, it's done. Just a
Okay,
parent coming in.
okay. Yeah, you someplace where you wanna get mail, right? Because what's happened is Google will send you a postcard, and on that postcard will be a code. Do you need to handle that?
No, you're
Or
good.
okay. Um, so you'll be given a code, and that code will verify your address, basically. Once you've verified your address, you can stop paying on it, right?
Oh, okay,
Um,
got you. So after you get the
so
address, then you can. It doesn't matter if you really live there or not.
right, right. They just need a place. Google will accept any place will take phone calls during business hours or
Mm.
and accepts mail, right? So if you get a shared space in that town, Weatherford, right? You'll show up for that, and you just put that address in. That doesn't you don't have to work there, or live there, or anything. You just need to have that address on your website. You need to put it on your website and all that good stuff, right? And then
Cool.
your Google My Business will start showing up. That's one reason why you're not getting a lot of work right there is because no one's seeing you on the web. Your SEO on your website sucks. No offense. I say it like it is. So, oh, oh
I'm used
hopefully you
to
got
it.
good, huh?
I'm used to it.
Okay, good. You have really, as far as Google is concerned, you have no identity as a business on Google My Business, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, so you need to get that. Um, so you got to work on that. And if you get a good SEO guy, right? And if you talk to my friends, I'll give you a name here. Let me just look them up. Okay, hang on one second. If you go to Mover Marketing AI, hang on. I keep telling him to do this, and he doesn't do it. He's a moron.
Wait, Mover Marketing AI.
Mover
Oh,
Marketing AI. You look for Nick Demoro at Mover Marketing AI. I keep
I
telling him,
think I talked to him. I
yeah.
think I may have talked to him. I think it was like 2,500 a month or something for SEO.
Well, that's about right. If you want it done and done right. If you can't afford that, then you got to do it yourself. But a good marketing agency that's going to do your SEO website and all that good stuff, about 2,500.
See, my way of thinking is if it was like June or something, I would be all in. I'd be like, okay, fine. Like February
I
right now, it's just the first time to be spending that much.
and I get it, and that's totally okay. I wait till June or July when the busy season is, right? In the meantime, save some money up, right? But the thing is SEO specifically is a long-term play, right?
Mhm.
So it's something that it really doesn't start taking effect for like 6 to 8 months. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it
Okay,
won't do much for probably until next summer. Not this summer, but the next.
exactly. So it's something you got to continue on for, for about a year before you're really starting to see any real traction from SEO. It takes 8 months to get going, and then to get any real traction, it's about a year. However, that said, your best option, and I would still talk to Nick about this, is talk to him about PPC campaign, and then you'll start seeing a little bit more. You'll get a lot better results, right?
Mhm.
And it won't. And you can start off with a small budget of say, look, I only got $400 a month for ad spend. Does this make sense? And then it'll probably cost you another $400 or $500 just for him to administer the site. So you're looking at $1,000 a month on PPC campaign. But you will start to get almost immediately, if relatively speaking, you'll start getting your ads to show up right away, and you'll start getting calls.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the goal. I mean, it's either
right.
that or postcards, but I hear those are like takes months or a month or two before you see anything.
It for me, it was always 3 weeks.
Three
Every time I
weeks.
sent out 3 weeks, it took 3 weeks for my postcards to. Now I don't know, my postcards were above average, so than everybody else, but everybody else put the same standard stuff on it, just might reworded slightly different, but it was you couldn't really tell one postcard to another other than some graphics and colors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
It
true.
was it was pretty much boilerplate, and it wasn't, so they don't get traffic. Mine was completely big and different. So I had a 3% ROI on my postcards, but it
It's
took
pretty
3 weeks.
good.
Yeah. If I sent out 100 postcards, I would get a 3% return on it within about 3 weeks of that postcard going.
So is that like what? So within 3 weeks,
Yeah.
or would you just get calls in 3 weeks, booking for the
Yeah.
future? Is that what you mean?
No, I would start that round of postcards would 3 weeks later, I'm starting to get phone calls.
Okay, gotcha.
Sometimes
I thought
sometimes
you meant.
before.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought you meant you were already doing jobs within those 3 weeks and getting 3% return. I was like, damn.
Well, sometimes it really depends on what time of year it was. But I was definitely booking jobs within that 3 weeks.
And that's all that really matters. I mean,
Right.
as long as you have money in your pocket.
Right. And the
But,
postcards are something that you could do, um, that can get a relatively quick response from you if you do it right and you do it and you consistently do it. You can't just start it, do it for a couple weeks, and then expect it to work for you. It takes 3 weeks of sending out postcards consistently, daily, minimally once a week, before you see
and
any
how
kind of traffic on the cards.
and how much were you sending out? I mean, like a day, would you say?
Oh, a day? Only probably about 20 or 30 a day.
Oh, okay. So about 120 a week.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not in a very big area. See, you've got Fort Worth, that's what, 45-minute drive away from you, basically.
yeah. I mean, I would go down there a lot, or shoot, I would even drive all the way to like the Colony, where it's really nice.
Well, then you should be sending postcards into those areas. That's concentrate on the high middle income homes and above, and just
Yeah.
start sending out postcards. Don't send postcards to people who are cheap and broke. They don't have money, so it's stupid to send postcards to them.
So basically, you're just saying only big $2,000 jobs in up for
Yeah,
postcards.
yeah. My average job on a postcard when I sent it out went from around 1,700 to almost $2,500 on average. Today, I probably get 25 to 3,000 just because of inflation and stuff.
Because I mean, it's most of the time, even for big jobs, it's just me and one other guy. so it's not as expensive. It's probably more like a little over $1,000, but
There you go.
still, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. So the other guy that's in the photo, is that your brother or your friend or what is that?
just pretty much my right hand man. He's got like 8 years moving experience.
Okay.
Just kind of teaching
So,
me the ins and outs of moving itself.
all right. So you really need to, I would really start working on your reviews because that's going to be a big thing for your Google My Business. It's also a great way to build up your reputation in your town, right?
Sure.
You start doing these homes, moving people that have for sale signs in their houses, right? You find out who the realtor is, their loan broker, their home appraiser is. You do a really super duper job, and then you get a video testimonial of that customer, and then you send their realtor, their loan broker, their home appraiser, their home inspector, that the link to that video of them saying, upright movers were the best thing since sliced bread. And gosh darn it, I wish they were around forever and ever. They were the best guys ever. And I love them and love them. And I'll name them George, and you send that and you do that. Oh, that's an old Bugs Bunny cartoon reference for anybody out there. I'll love them and hug them and I'll name them George. But yeah, then you send that to their realtors. Then what's going to happen is that's going to spiral and start building up what's called my perpetual infinite referral machine, right? Because then all of a sudden these realtors start seeing you start sending the realtors, especially like the same realtor over and over, like, my God, I keep getting these links from this guy, Aiden keeps sending me these links to these guys. He's moved. I'm going to start referring more people to him. And then
Yeah.
you build up the relationship and it just becomes this just boom of referrals.
So that's
right?
just a way to take advantage of being on big jobs, basically.
Yep.
Just
And again, these are long,
basically-
right. These
Go
are
ahead.
long-term SEO traffic generation strategies, right? If you want immediate results, you got to do PPC campaigns. Now, I'm going to tell you something. PPC campaigns through Facebook, through Google, awesome. They work great. Definitely should do that. If you really want to get super duper granular and get really, really super cheap ads that are not costing you $50 to $100, you want to do YouTube videos. There are real estate agents that are doing videos about living in Fort Worth and Dallas and all the colony and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
That allow ads on their videos. So guess what? If they allow ads on their videos, you should make an ad about your moving company that goes on their video. And then you will steal their traffic. Because if they're they're going to those videos, people are going to those videos, right? Then here's the thing. Those guys are highly, highly targeted for your services.
Are you wait, are you saying to partner up with a realtor and be on her video? Or are you saying to post an ad?
Just post an ad on living. Yeah, so I'm typing in right in YouTube right now, living in Fort Worth, Texas. All right. Here, I'm gonna share my screen here. I'm going to show you something that's really cool. Okay. All right. So we're here on YouTube, and you got living in Fort Worth with Keela and Tori, right? Let's look at Keela and Tori's YouTube channel. Keela and Tori.
3 years ago, we were just like you.
Okay. Keela and Tori have 2.5 subscribers. They have 60 videos. They got growing too fat. Here's one of their videos. Here's a video that has almost 2,000 views. Here's one that has nearly 4,000 views. So let's go to their videos, right? And then we could actually go and find out the most popular videos that they have. Here is one. Avoid avoid moving to Fort Worth, Texas if you can't handle this. And it's obvious talking about the heat, right? But look how many they've got 34,000 views, and it was done a year ago. All right. Here's the 10 best places to live in Dallas, Texas. 30,000 views, right? The pros and cons. Whoops, we don't want to see their video. We don't want to watch their video. Not at this second.
Yeah.
You got right. Then you got the real pros and cons of living in Fort Worth, Texas. Look how many views it's got. 23,000 views, and it was done a year ago. Are you seeing where are you starting to smell what I'm stepping in?
Yeah, but I will say, doesn't she have like a reputation already? Like, hasn't she started her YouTube channel? And
Doesn't matter. You're missing the point. Now, if I go to her video, let's go to her video.
When it comes to performance marketing,
Boom.
Taboola
See
delivers.
that? That's an ad.
oh,
That's an
Now I get
ad
what you're
on
saying.
her video. You put
Now I
an
get what you're-
ad. Yeah, good. Yeah, you put an ad on her video, right, about your moving company, and guess what's going to guess what people in that area are going to be looking at? Avoid moving. And again, 34,000 views. That's 34,000 people or potential customers for your moving company that you've lost over the last year because you didn't have a video on her videos.
okay, I got you. I did not understand what you were saying at first.
Okay.
But now I
That's
do.
right.
But you can
Okay, that's-
choose. You can choose
Huh?
a video. You can choose
Yeah,
a
you
video to be
you
on.
could you could choose specific channel. Like this is a channel. You could choose a specific channel. You could choose specific videos to be on, and you just go to
Oh.
popular. You go to videos, click on videos, then click the most popular ones, and you make sure that your video ad, I'll put it like that, your video ad shows up as the very first video on each one of these videos.
Gotcha. Damn, that would probably be pretty.
It's cheap. It's cheap as
Yeah.
hell. You would probably pay $1 or $2 for anybody who clicks through your thing and goes to your website. You would pay
Really?
anybody. Yeah, it's
That's
that cheap. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's super cheap.
I've
Right?
just never heard anybody say anything about that, so it's probably a good. I mean,
Well,
a good
that's
strategy.
that's my beef with a lot of these SEO companies and PPC companies. They don't talk to people like you about doing this because they're idiots and they don't know how to do it and they're intimidated by doing it. Right?
I was actually going to ask you if I should make a YouTube channel and do like keywords on it or just how-to videos, just to do it, because I mean, I think it helps your Google, right? Just having one.
Yeah, absolutely. In your description, you would have a link back to your website saying, hey, if you want to know more about moving to blah, I would make a video and I would do videos just like a real estate agent would, right? And then intermixed inside those videos would be videos about your moving and then testimonials from your customers. But what you want to do is you want to provide value on your channel. It's not a vanity. You don't want to create a vanity channel where it's look at me, you want to give value.
Make a video more like, hey, how to prepare for a move, or how to wrap a dresser, or what we show up with, or
those are great videos. Plus videos are like, hey, here are the best restaurants in Weatherby. Here's my 5 favorite restaurants I love in Weatherby. Or here's the 5 favorite places, here's the 5 best kid-friendly places in Fort Worth, Texas that you should check out. And make videos on that.
So for the ad, would you recommend a video like of us doing a move, coming out of the trailer, or loading it up, just something simple?
Yep. Try to make it funny. Be funny. Funny videos convert the most. So if you do something that's funny, like you go and get a junky pickup truck, like just a trashy pickup truck, have you and your buddy, have your truck in front of a chunky pickup truck, and like having a switching between, like your buddies will play two, you and your friend will play two parts, or you against your buddy. Have your buddy dress up like a white trash, loser, guy who's basically a meth head in a rusted pickup, going, "Hey, I'm really cheap," and and just make it funny.
Okay,
right?
so I got an idea.
Yeah.
What about a video on like what movers not to hire? Like just be like tripping on stuff, dropping stuff.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely.
And then at the end say why you should hire us or something. And our trailer and our load, or
Yeah. And you could use ChatGPT to help you with the script. And you really want to keep it to about a minute long, right?
Yeah. Nobody's gonna watch more. I mean, more than likely not. Nobody's gonna watch more than a minute for a moving company.
Yeah, and not only that, most people if they're going to this lady's channel right here, they want to see her stuff, so they're going to click off after a few seconds. So your first 5 seconds are the most important. So you got to really come up with a really fast hook, right? Something that's going to hook them, like keep them on to watch that minute. Like, hey, don't hire so-and-so because he puts the trash in white trash, that kind of thing,
But make it funny. Yeah. I'm going to have fun with it.
Yeah. You're going to want to make up several different videos, and keep them about a minute. Right. And then just basically juxtapose yourself as the leader, as the authority versus somebody who's just worthless. You know what I'm saying? And really exaggerate that. Right. So you really want to like exaggerate the bad mover.
Oh yeah.
To make them really look like incompetent and and just a moronic, and then and that will elevate. Don't like name any specific moving company. Don't do that.
Brazos movers? No, I'm just
yeah, you don't want to do that. But you just want to position yourself as the bigger and better moving company. Okay.
So yeah, like and then at the end do a video of me walking to the door, like shaking their hand, and then
exactly
in the trailer strapped up.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep them real fast. Really fast. Like and let's check out this one, VIP Realty of Texas. Let's see what happens. I'm going to click on their video.
Imagine another moving company.
In this video, we're going to
that guy, he doesn't allow ads on his videos. So
some people do and some don't. I didn't even know you had the choice.
Yeah, the channel has a choice. So I'm going to do one more just to make sure.
What's up, everyone?
Yep. No, that guy doesn't allow ads. We already know that they do. Here's living in Dallas, Texas. Let's see if he does allow ads.
Hey, so you want to know where to invest $1,000?
Bingo. So let's go and see what his video count is. All right. So he has nearly 2,000 subscribers, 28 videos. Right. I'm shipping out. I'm sick of Dallas. Let's go to videos. Go to the popular videos. I like his banner, by the way. That's really nice. See, this is what I'm talking about. Social proof. See how this says as seen on NBC, ABC. This is social proof.
Yeah, like Google, Facebook, BNI.
Yep, that's like. Okay, so let's look at his thing. Okay, here's the pros and cons of living in Dallas, Texas, 2024. Nobody mentions 40,000 views. No,
40,000.
Well, it's 38,000, but I just said 40,000 to round up. Here's one, the Dues of Dallas. Places in Dallas you must visit, 2024. Again, 17,000 views. You've been warned. Ooh, that's a great thumbnail. Don't move to Texas in 2024. I hate this state. Moving to Texas from another state. 13,000 views. You want your video ad on at the beginning of every one of these videos.
I was gonna say if you're in all of them, it'd probably be pretty good, but not just one. I feel like that wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, you want him on all the video, his entire video, every channel that this guy and the other lady did. we want to get our video ad on those videos, right?
Would you recommend like going crazy, like multiple accounts, like, or just one starting out?
No, you're just one account. That's all you need. But I would make multiple videos, and then based on have a slightly different call to action, so you can track which video is getting you the best results. And then you would just double down on that video. So let's say you made video A and video B, right?
Yeah.
The only thing different about video A and video B is that video B says call us, right? Video A has a QR code for them to scan
for the
right?
website or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you after a couple weeks, you find out, okay, good. Video A is actually pulling more traffic, is converting better than video B. So I'm going to get rid of video B, or what I'll do is then what I would do is I might not get rid of video B. What I might do is then change video B to have a QR code, right, and get a new. I would take video A, the one that's converting, right, and make that run on everything. Then I would take video B, turn that into video A, and get a new different video B, and test those two together. And then basically you can start finding out what's converting the best. And eventually you're going to come down to 2, 3, 4 videos that really convert really, really well. And you'll just run those until those videos die.
And
right?
Do testimonials better with a video, like a 1-minute video?
Sometimes. Test it out.
Okay. Because I mean, for my website, because I have like 3 moves tomorrow, I could probably get at least 1.
You should use video testimonials on your website. You should use that on your Facebook business page. You should use that on your Google business page. You should use that on your Yelp profile, right?
So it's good.
Profile.
It's good for everything.
Yeah.
Just
put that on your YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
As long as they understand that they're going to be on all platforms. But yeah,
most people understand that's what's going to happen, especially if they're on video, and they understand if they give a review that their review is going to be displayed. That's a given understanding. You don't.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've always shared my reviews. I'm big on that. Nobody gets mad. I mean,
yeah. So, you put your video on Pinterest, put your video on Twitter, because you can put videos now natively on Twitter, on Facebook, and LinkedIn, on all that, on all these platforms natively.
But my question is it so much about being on all the platforms, or is it so much about the SEO part of it?
Well, SEO is good, but do you know who Grant Cardone is?
Yeah.
Do you know who Alex Hormozi is?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Tony Robbins is?
Not that one.
Okay, fair enough. Do you know who Russell Brunson is?
Not familiar.
Okay, so you know Grant Cardone. You know Alex Hormozi.
Yeah, I watch this stuff.
Good. Now, how did you find their stuff?
YouTube.
Okay, what I'm trying to prove though is they're omnipresent, which means they're present on every single platform constantly.
I was going to say YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I always see it.
Yeah, they're omnipresent. They're on every platform. If you go to TikTok, Alex Hormozi will post like 4 or 5 times a day on Snapchat, TikTok, all that. That's called being omnipresent. And you just want to blast it off, right? Do you know who Gary V is? Gary Vaynerchuk?
Mm-hmm.
Again, another one. Be omnipresent. That's how you do social media, right? It's like your Google business profile is a social media platform. You should be posting to it as much as you possibly can. Same thing with your Facebook business page. You should be posting to it every single day. You should have a Twitter account for your business. You should have an Instagram for your business. You should have a Snapchat for your business. You should have a Pinterest for your business. And you should be posting to it daily. You should be posting behind the scenes of videos and stories. You should be showing your family life. You should be showing testimonials. Should be showing you in action. Should be tutorial type videos. Everything, right? And don't just stick to one genre of content. Like, I'm just going to show you how to pack boxes. that gets boring, right? So if you do like a vlog style video of you doing a move, doing a live stream of you guys doing a move, oh my goodness,
That'd be
right?
fun to watch. How we pack a truck, but like sped up.
You know, get a couple of GoPro cameras or some small cameras like that. Show a shot of you, you know, having a GoPro set up that's connected to a live stream on YouTube or Facebook or both, right?
I mean, I think I need a tripod either way. Probably.
Tripods are cheap. You can get one on Amazon for $20. Come on.
It's too much.
Well, then you shouldn't be in business. That's too much. You should just quit. But I'm just saying. Or you could or just use your phone. You know, if that, just use your phone and set it up. Do the live stream through your phone, right? That's absolutely. So would they be seeing you guys constantly? No, because you're not necessarily going to be there because you're going to be going in and out of the house, right? And you can't really show multiple. But you could show one. Let's say you have 2 or 3 cameras, 2 or 3 phones. You set up one phone on a live stream on Facebook, another phone for a live stream for YouTube on a different, showing you guys in the house, working in the house, you know, and then another phone being a live stream on Twitter. Now that would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then people could see, and then you can take those videos once they're done, and then you could take them to somebody who knows what they're doing and get those edited and turned into TikToks or Snapchats or, you know, Instagram reels. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can turn them into bite-sized pieces.
Yeah. Does
this make sense?
Yeah.
So it really creates an omnipresent feel. So you could turn one video, like if I could take this video when we're done, and then I could go and cut it up and turn it into like 30, 40 different Instagram reels or TikToks or whatever. Does this make sense? I won't do that just because I'm lazy, but I could.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
But that's what I'm talking. And then you just start plastering that, and then that's especially now when you don't have a lot of jobs, you have a lot of time. So if you don't have a lot of money, then you need a lot of time. If you don't have a lot of time, then you need a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And so right now you don't have a lot of money, so you got to create a lot of time. And that means you're going to have to hustle. That means you might have to give up on your girlfriend for a night or two. You know, no Netflix and no Netflix and chilling. You know what I mean? It's the hey, honey, look, I got to hustle. I got to put my nose to the grindstone. You know, and if you want to be with me, you got to be working with me. You know what I mean?
Well, luckily I don't have that to worry about. Just networking groups and
I mean,
being disciplined. That's all I got to do.
From the time you get up to the time you go to bed, you should be hustling. You know, creating videos, creating blog posts, creating, you know, just communicating, going to network events, you know, things like that. Creating videos with your buddy that, you know, I mean, start
honestly, people don't understand, but I do think it is nowadays society. You got to create videos.
Content is the new currency. We're in a new age. You know, you know how they talk in school, they talk to you about the industrial age, and then it was then it was the Wall Street age or whatever. You know, they always have these ages for these time periods in history, right? Yeah. Well, right now we're in a new age due to the internet and stuff like that. We're in a new age where content is king. Content is the new currency. The more content you put out there, the more authority you build, the more famous you get, right? The more
it just shows you're busy, especially when you're creating new content.
Well, even if you're not busy, it just seems like you're busy. It seems like you're like, oh my God, you know, and then, oh my God, I can't get away from this guy. He's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. He's on Snapchat. He's on Instagram. Oh my goodness sakes, I can't get it. And eventually people start paying attention.
And especially when June hits and they're like, oh, I need to move.
And here's the thing, your competitors, they're not doing it. They're not doing any of this.
I don't think so. I know for a fact. I mean, the only person that I think is really putting time into taking over Google is pretty much Brazos. Because I see they have they got 2 locations. They got one in Granbury. They got one in Weatherford.
It is what it is. But
Yeah.
the
But I
one
could
in
be
Weatherford, the one in Weatherford only had like 14 reviews. So
Oh, well, you're thinking of the wrong person. They have like 390 reviews. Or
okay,
something like
let's
that.
say 390 reviews. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not that much. But King Movers only had 14. That's right.
Yeah.
Right?
And they've been in business
So-
3 years. I've only been in business for 1.
Okay, good. So I don't know how many reviews you have, but I couldn't even find you. Right? So
50, 5 stars.
you have 55 stars?
Exactly
See?
50, yeah.
So you need to get yourself on those Google business so you can be showing up. Because as soon as you have an address that's pointed up, you're going to be popping off. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it because I mean I'm not saying it in a cocky way, but I feel like the business looks very good on the page as well as the reviews compared to some of the 4.4 stars or 10 reviews or you know what I mean?
And here's how you could use Google profile. You could have multiple locations. So you could go and create a Weatherby location. You can create a Fort Worth location. You could create a what was the Colony location, right? You just follow the same procedure. You're still going to you'll need a virtual office that has that someone will answer the phone for you during business hours, and that will accept mail. And then once you get the postcard from Google, you just verify the address with Google. Once that's done, you can get rid of that address. And now
So they do send a postcard if you change your address or add one.
Yeah.
No matter what. So I need to do that now before summer hits and I get swamped.
Yep.
Because I want to be popping up. I do want to run multiple crews. I don't want to be just busy 6 days a week. Like I want to be able to have that extra, presence.
And then the next thing you need to do is there's a software called Yext, YEXT. It's very expensive. It's like $200-300. But what they're going to do is they're going to take your name, your email, your name, your address, your phone, your email, and any social media profiles that you have, and they're going to spread that all over the internet. Like they'll create profiles on your behalf for places like in the Yellow Pages and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
But the thing is you want one of the other things you want to do is you want to make sure that your addresses, especially your main office address, is on your website. It's on your Facebook page. It's on your Google business profile, your LinkedIn profile, everything. So you got to have consistency with your, what they call NAP, N-A-P, name, address, phone, but it also includes email and stuff like that. Right.
I was trying to find like just something cheap, like a cheap little office for like $300 a month or something, but I can't find it.
If you go to like a shared space,
space, where could I find that?
Go to Google and type in shared spaces.
Really?
Shared office space.
Oh, shared office space. All right. Yeah. So basically, you're saying like split the bill with somebody, or
they might have like different desks in there. All you need is a shared space. You just get the cheapest office. You don't need to get an office. You just need their address, right?
Basically, yeah. I wish I could just go to somebody I know that would allow me to, but I can't have the same.
That's the cheapest office. You know somebody who's in Weatherby that lives in your Weatherby. Your buddy. Weatherford. Sorry, whatever. I don't care. It's all Texas to me.
Hey, you know what? My employee even has an address in Weatherford.
There you go.
But would that? I mean, is that something he would allow?
Can I get Google? Can I have Google send a postcard to your address? And he'll probably say, "Yeah, go ahead." Exit.
So just to be clear, after I get the address or I get the verification and all that, and I put it on Facebook, TikTok, Google, all that. Even if I get out of the office 6 months later, it's still going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Unless you change it.
Unless I change it. Okay. Dang. Then that's all I got to do.
That's all you got to do. It's not that hard.
I mean, Brazos, I saw they moved their office, but they still had the same address on Google.
Yeah.
So
that's because they didn't change it on Google.
Got it.
That's why the software Yext comes in thing. So if you do end up changing it, you can go to Yext and say, "Hey, I changed my address, and then they'll go and fix it all.
Yeah, I don't have too many platforms, so it probably wouldn't take me very long to do that, though.
Yeah, you can go to Yext and see if you want to use the service or not. If you don't want to do it, then you got to do it all manually, and that's not hard to do either because you got a little bit of time. And all you do is you go to Google or Microsoft and create an Excel worksheet, and just create a worksheet or Excel sheet, and just put in the where you put your name and address. So you go, okay, Facebook, right? And just what day and time you put it on, and so on. So you know exactly what the places you put your address. So if you ever do change it, you can just go and click the URL inside your Google sheet or whatever it is, and you can go and quickly fix it. And you might want
to be honest, I might try and just find somebody like a friend in Weatherford, just get it verified and then move on.
Yeah,
especially if they're getting ready to move out soon. I mean,
as long as they're going to be there for you to get the postcard.
Yeah, I mean, it would be weird to see your own address pop up for the next person that moves in, but so be it, I guess.
It's a lot of nobody's going to come to their address. Well, you might get one or two people going, "Hi, is this a moving company?" But those will be old people, and you'll be like, "No." you know, and then they're like, "Oh, okay," move on. So you might lose one or two. No, but other than that, nobody's coming to your website. I mean, no one's coming to your address for a moving service. Just not.
Not unless you break their stuff, and that's not going to be me. So, I mean, it's going to happen, but I'll fix it before it ever got to,
I'm just saying, nobody's coming to your office. They'll email you, they'll phone you, they'll text you, but they're not going to come to your office. In the 20 years that I've been in business as a mover, not one person's ever come to my office.
Nobody's got time for that or cares that much.
The only time I had people come to the office was when I had storage. That was it.
Yeah. So as far as what was it called? YouTube ads. What do you think should be like my priority as far as marketing? Like now, like not long, just now, like cash flow.
Right. What I would do is I would do some YouTube ads. So what you want to do is create a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right. Make sure that you get it, or you need a Google AdSense account to do ads. Right. I'd create a YouTube channel. I would watch a few videos on how to do YouTube ads, so you get a good idea what you're looking for and what you're doing, right? And then you're going to want to make 3, 4, 5 videos, right? Keep them to a minute or less, right? So you're going to have to find somebody to edit the videos if you don't know how to do it yourself, right? Because you're going to probably take footage and you'll have bloopers and all that good stuff. So you want to be able to take the footage and give it to somebody who can edit it down, right? Make it as funny as you possibly can. Make the ads, and then the next thing you'd want to do is you're going to want to indicate, or the word I'm trying to think of is escaping me. Basically, you want to like narrow down and list out all the video creators, like real estate agents that are have a video YouTube channel that has videos and that takes ads, right?
And I would probably say Fort Worth, wouldn't you? Just because Weatherford's really small.
I'd go for Fort Worth, yeah.
I don't think people are going to be searching Weatherford very often as much, especially realtors. There's not a lot of big realtors. Yeah, none of the bigger realtors will do that, but that leaves the opportunity for you. So you could create a channel for living in Weatherford, Texas. And with now with my moving
yeah, absolutely.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Why not? There's nobody out. You would have no competition. I'd be the only one in Weatherford, so that's right. Who knows if it blows up? If it blows up, then I'll start posting ads on that video, on my own video. then you create a site. You go to all those other channels that we just talked about, find out what are the most popular videos that they have, and you create a video with the same or very similar title, but just towards Weatherford, right? Like the pros and cons of living in Weatherford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Should I move from Weatherford to Fort Worth? Moving from Fort Worth to Weatherford and all that good stuff, right? And because those people who are going to go and watch those videos are going to be very highly targeted. They're going to want, that's what we call in marketing biz, as buyer keywords. They're buyer prone keywords, right?
Yeah.
They're not looky-loos. They're not looking about, how to fix ingrown toenails or popping pimples on a bovine. They're not looking at how to clear blackheads out of their ears, kind of thing. They're looking. Those people are doing those videos. They're interested in Weatherford and the surrounding area, so they're highly targeted. So creating a channel around Weatherford or living in Weatherford is very effective, right? Because those are
make a separate channel. Maybe just try a separate channel for that. I mean, I don't know.
You can. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
Because either way, it'll show Upright Moving. I mean, if people do click on it, it's fine.
Well, you would just when you're doing the video, say, "Hi, I'm Aiden. I'm with Upright Movers, and I'm going to talk to you about my favorite town, Weatherford, Texas." Right? And here's 5. You know what I mean? And then, hey, if you're looking to move to Weatherford or move out of Weatherford or do anything in Weatherford that requires a moving company, call Upright Movers. And then
I can share that. And then I can share that to Weatherford, Texas Facebook groups.
Yeah, absolutely.
Send them a link to watch it.
And that's another thing. Absolutely. And then we haven't even talked about Facebook marketing yet, free organic Facebook. And here's another thing.
That's all my business.
Good. Well, good. So then we don't need to talk. But do you have your own Facebook group for your town or city?
No, I don't have my own
Why
Facebook
not?
group.
Why not?
Never thought about it.
Well, there you go.
Should
Now
I try?
you have. Go and create, living in Weatherford, Texas Facebook group. And then to start, you ask all your friends and family to join the group. And then to get some initial people, you might want to make a little bit of an ad to get people to your new group, right? And then you just start posting good stuff about the community, right? Good news about the community. Nothing about you, right?
Really? Nothing? Okay.
Not at first.
Okay.
At first, you just want to build a group so that you have like 1,000, 2,000 people in the group, 500 to 2,000 people. And then here and there, then you can start doing ads for your moving company. And I wouldn't really do ads. I would do value posts. Like I would do like a blog post, like three things to do to save money when packing for a move or something like that. Three things that nobody does when packing dishes or, and things like that. And then there's a small call to action, like at the start, close to the start and at the end. Say, hey, if you're interested in more information, call Upright Movers.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or go to the Facebook group or whatever it is. Right? Here's the website. And you're gonna give the call to action is gonna be very soft sell. It's gonna be very subtle, but it's just like, hey, if you want some more information, hey, reach out to me, DM me, and we'll discuss your needs and I'll answer all your questions. Right?
Well, now you got me wondering if I'm posting too much about like on Facebook groups.
Well, if it's all ads, like, hey, we're here to do your move, then yes, you're posting too much.
Yeah, I'm probably doing that about 3 times a week. Yeah, just saying, like, here's a job we did, here's some reviews, like.
And those are okay. You want to do those, but
I mean, yeah, I have to, or else people won't be able. Website or
right. You want to do those type of posts, but you also want to mix it up with behind the scenes. Hey, here's a company profile of Aiden. Here's a company profile of your buddy, right? Hey, here's our family. You know what I mean? Things like that. Do you want to talk to people who are your friends? You don't want to talk to somebody who's constantly selling, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, good. So if you're constantly selling, you can't be their friend. So they're not going to want to talk to you. While the people that are looking for it, and they see that post, great. They add, yeah, they go, okay, good. That I'm happen to move. Good. I see Aiden. He's got a thing. Great. Awesome. But what you want to do is you want to create relationships. You want to create people that are going to give you referrals. You want to create things that are going to, think people, because people want to do business with a person that they know, they like, and they trust. Right. So you're doing the know part. You're getting your business out there. Right. But you're not doing the liking and the trusting part.
Yeah, besides posting like who's going to be on the job and like clean cut, besides that, yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, so you need to do more posts in Facebook about the liking and the trusting part, right? So how do they get to like you? Well, you show them your family, you show them your dog, you show them your cat, you show them you celebrating the 4th of July or eating a big hefty steak,
So
right?
would you say doing that once a week and then posting the business twice a week? Or what would you
mix it up, find out. You're going to have to test it out, right? But
I mean, it's kind of a good point because when I first started out, I made some posts last year about like me being in college, and because back then I was in college, I didn't know I was going to do this,
right?
And I was like, "Oh, I'm 19, I'm in college, blah blah blah. Here's my website if you would ever need movers." And then I had like 50 comments and 50 likes on all the groups. It was weird.
Yeah. See, because they want to know and like and trust you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it was just a picture of me smiling. It wasn't even. I mean, I had one dolly in my hand. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so you want to intermix your sales messages with your behind the scenes, your profile, basically, right? They want to see your face. Maybe you're out on a date with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever it is you do these days. Right? maybe you're coming out of the closet for something and you're totally into the rainbow flag, point that out. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to be funny a little.
I got you.
Little sarcastic, but a little funny. But I don't know, right? I don't know you that much. And that's the point I'm making. I want to know your personal life.
Okay, I got it. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right? And then you want to do posts that teach them something. How to save money, how to make their move easier, right?
Yeah.
Things like that. That's what they want to see. Do some stuff like that. They go, oh, so he's not just posting about his business. He's actually showing me how to pack my stuff up right. I might not use him, but he gave me good information. You see what I'm saying?
That's kind of how I started. And I did get a lot of calls just from doing that alone. I didn't make it look like I was trying to get a job. I just gave them at the bottom my number.
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. You kept it very subtle. You kept it very subtle. Hey, if you're interested, you need a mover, need a hand, give me a call. Here's my website. Here's my phone number, whatever you want to put on. Right. So you want to put all of those kind of messages on your Facebook. Right.
Yeah.
So you're not,
ever since I got the trailer and all the good equipment, I just wanted to show it so people knew like we're legit. We're not just a kid moving people,
Right. But the thing is now it's all come, look at me.
Yeah.
Right? It's about vanity at this point.
Now they just think, oh, he's just another company.
Yeah. So you want to get rid of the ego, the pride, and the look at me viewpoint, and you want to make it about them, right? Because I want to talk to you, Aiden. I want to know what you're about. Do you have a dog? I know you do because I saw it in the video, right?
Yeah.
I know that you live with your parents because you said your parent walked in your room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that you have a friend. Do you and your friend, you guys hang out and go to the bowling? Do you guys go out hunting? Do you guys play on a sports league like kickball league or softball league? What do you do? Tell me, show me. I want to know, like, and trust you.
Gotcha.
Right?
Basically,
I know
make it
you
personable.
Exactly.
Because some people used to tell me, like, when I walked in their house, they're like one time I started knocking on doors because I saw your video, the cold calling. I'm terrible at that. I'm very introverted. But But I did it, and they were like, "Oh, well, you reminded me of my son, so I gave you a chance. You seem real personable, and I respect it."
And then you did a great job, and so
Yeah.
and then when you so we went over a lot of things. We went over how to get a perpetual referral machine. We went over how to actually do real SEO, and how to actually improve your omnipresence, right? And now we went over like Facebook marketing and what people are looking for when they're looking for your marketing. So is there anything else that you're really interested in that you need to know more information about?
I guess senior living facilities, handing out cards, flyers.
Senior living facilities are very good, and that's actually a great place to start promoting. The best thing to do is go to every senior living facility that you know and hand out your business card.
My biggest question is like, is there like something you got to like give them? Because every time I do it, it just seems to go kind of nowhere. And I spend all day doing it and I don't really get anything.
Well, you got to keep doing it over and over and over. And that includes that if you're going to pass out flyers and stuff, you got to continually do that day after day after day. That's not just something you do once a month, on a Saturday. That's something you do every Saturday, right? That's something you do all the time. It's got to be continual. It's like you're not going to get any traction if you just do it once every 3 months, right? You got to continue showing up, right?
Yeah.
And again, create a relationship with the nurses in a senior facility. Get with the manager or the executive director, whatever they call themselves, right? Talk to them. Maybe say, hey, can I do like a pizza party for the seniors or something, or whatever, something like that. And they, if it's the facility's not too big and you can afford a few pies, that might be something they would love. Or maybe an ice cream social for the seniors. Let me buy a bunch of ice cream and bring out me, my friend, and my family, and we're going to serve ice cream to the seniors for dessert one night. Things like that. You know what I mean? It's highly impactful. It's cheap, but yet it creates that relationship. Does this make sense?
I guess the only reason I haven't done it like day in, day out is just because I get exhausted by talking to tons of people. Like that's like my biggest challenge. Like I go into like 3 offices and I'm like, oh, nice. I'm like I don't know. It's just tough for me.
Okay. Well, start off small. It's like exercise. The more you do it, the better, the more ripped you get. Right?
Yeah.
So you start off, or take a buddy with you. Take your buddy with you on a day that you guys don't have any work. Right? And take your things and say, okay, good. We're going to see these 5 places. And you make a list of 5 places you're going to go talk to. Right? Doesn't matter. It could be self-storage facilities, could be real estate agents or realtors. It could be senior living facilities, whatever it is. We're going to talk to these 5 people. Great. So you go talk to those 5 people, hand out a business card, be direct, say, hey, look, we're brand new. We're only a year old. We're really trying to get out there and hustle. We're going to give you the best because of that, because we are new. We are desperate for 5-star reviews. So we're going to work our asses off for that 5-star review. We're going to give you more than you expect. Right?
Should I let them know? Should I let them know how many reviews we have so far?
Yeah, you can if they ask.
Oh, okay. Just because I kind of threw that out at my BNI meeting, like at the end, and they were like, "Oh, like this, like that's good."
BNI meeting, that's great, but you want to go to people that are moving adjacent, right? And you want to talk to those. Your BNI is good. You might get a few referrals from that, but the most part, most of those people are not dealing with people, unless it's a real estate agent or a loan broker or something like that. Most of the people in your BNI group are not going to be dealing with people who are looking to move.
No,
it might come up and cover.
The thing that really helped me with BNI was that the Facebook groups, and I moved like 3 or 4 people in the group. And just 2 days ago, I went in there and the guy next to me was like, hey, do you move out here in Palo Pinto? And then after the meeting, somebody was like, hey, I'm moving March 15th. Do you come all the way to Argyle or Fort Worth?
Yeah, see, most people are going to be personally are going to they would go if you're in a BNI. Most of the people are going to go, "Hey, will you move me?" or neat thing. But most of you're not going to get a lot of people unless they're in an adjacent business like real estate or mortgage brokerage, etc. None of them are really going to be able to give you referrals. So what you want to do is you're going to have to go and go to the self storage facilities. You're going to have to go to the apartment managers, luxury apartment managers. Don't go to the cheap apartments.
Don't even bother.
I wouldn't. Don't even. They're cheap. If they're in a cheap apartment building, that typically means they don't have money to pay for a mover.
Yeah, like the ones I'm going to tomorrow morning, they're called like the Mark. They're really, really big and bright and new. So I might just after the move.
Is it a medium to a luxury apartment complex?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Weatherford doesn't have luxury, but that's the closest you could find to luxury.
Okay, so then those are fine. You really don't. Basically, you don't want to go to the apartments that are in the hood.
No, yeah. Plus, you can't even find their office. One time I tried and I couldn't even find an office. I was like, "Where?"
You don't even want to waste your time.
Unless you're charging $90 an hour, then there's kind of no point in even doing it.
And I wouldn't even bother. Go to the guys who are in the middle income range or the high income range, right? Because those people got money, right?
Yeah.
So go where the money is, right? Not only that, if you go where the money is, you can raise your prices, right?
That's what I want to do this summer versus working till 10 o'clock at night.
Don't be a wanter. Be a doer. Just do it. What's stopping you from raising your prices?
I mean, last year I went from 100 to 120 and then 125. And
I think I charge 125 just for labor only.
Oh, really?
Two guys for labor only. I charge 125, and I'm in a town of only 300,000 people.
300.
And I charge 125.
Well, mine's 35,000, but I got you.
Okay. But if you go into Fort Worth or the colonies, you've got millions of people around.
Yeah, and the thing about Fort Worth, why I don't go out there, I mean Arlington and all that, it's a hit or miss. It's either somebody who really has money or it's somebody that's, how long is it gonna take? Or you know what I mean? It's always a hit or miss.
Just advertise to those specific areas. If you get a good PPC guy who knows what they're doing, they can target specific like zip codes and neighborhoods.
Okay.
And you don't have to do Fort Worth. They can do this community, right?
Yeah. Right. And that's why I try to stick to Weatherford. I know it's not going to be like a place where I could have 5 or 6 trucks or none of that, but I'd rather have like 1 or 2 one day and just be like the go-to mover and be around a lot of people that have money, and that's it.
Well, and you're probably going to want to go to a bigger city like Fort Worth that has millions of people.
For sure, at one point, like expand there, but I just want to start with a good community with people that do have a good, income coming in.
Personally, if I were in your situation, I would be sending postcards to the far western area, high income areas of Fort Worth.
Weatherford doesn't have a lot of super fancy.
That's why I would be going to Fort Worth.
Yeah, that is true. Southlake, have you heard of Southlake?
No.
Oh, well, they're, my gosh, 4 million, 5 million.
Then you should be sending postcards to every house that has a for sale sign in that area. You should be sending that thing. You should be so have your nose so far up realtors' asses that deal with that area that they think that your face is their face, right? Right.
Yeah.
That I mean, you should be kissing their ass so hard that it leaves a permanent tattoo on their ass. Seriously, I'm not even joking about that. I mean, I'm being sardonic, but I'm not being. I'm being literal at the same time. I'm being literal. And so you really want to create relationships with those people.
I mean, right? I ran into one the other day, and she was like, "I'm surprised your business isn't 30% of just realtors by itself."
Exactly.
Like, well, I mean, how do we actually, refer each other? How do I help you? And then she said,
well,
something.
That's the thing. You can help her with your YouTube channel for people who are going to be moving into the area.
With a top realtor, I'm sure, is what I would probably, or a broker.
Yeah.
A broker.
Say, hey, are you looking to move to Weatherford? Let me know. I know a group of, I've got this people of great realtors that you could choose from that are going to get you the best house for your amount of money, the easiest and fastest, or whatever the thing is.
Yeah,
So
it
now
probably
guess
needs to
what?
be a broker. That way
Huh?
it probably needs to be a broker. That way there's tons of realtors, not just one. Because
Okay.
most
How
realtors
have you?
don't sell,
Right.
a lot.
So go find a broker. Get in good with the brokers in your area and say, hey, look, if I send you guys leads, can you guys take in some leads? Right? And you might find that they might pay you for those leads because your YouTube video is pulling people into that area looking for homes or apartments. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beauty of your own Facebook page, community Facebook page, and your own community YouTube page around your city and an environment. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because
If I had my own,
sorry, go ahead.
If I had my own Facebook page, I could literally say, "Hey, here is the best realtor in Weatherford, and here's
Or the best mortgage broker, best mortgage loan broker, right? Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And it makes you the authority of the town. It makes you an unofficial mayor of your town.
So it's
like my community here in Grand Ledge, Michigan, has actually 3 different Facebook groups in it, right? The biggest group has 30,000 people. Now get that, 30,000 people are members of this Facebook group for Grand Ledge. The city itself only has 7,000 people. 7,000. That's all it has. But there's everybody who's moved away, who's lived
from there, who's getting ready to move there,
who's visited there. They're members of the page. So guess what? Oh, you got somebody who lives in California that used to be from Grand Ledge, Michigan. Oh, they join the group. So now they get the nostalgia. They see all the best restaurants. They see what's going on. It's a way to keep. So when they talk to their family, they say, hey, I saw on this Facebook page that there was a new restaurant in town and blah, blah, blah. Next time we're there, we should check it out. You know what I mean? Or, I'm looking to move back to Grand Ledge. I'm looking to come back to Grand Ledge. Awesome. Guess what? Because they find you. And now because they're a member, they're seeing your ads and they go, oh, yeah, there's that moving company that's called Upright in there. I'm going to reach out to them, see what they got, And now you're the only mover that you allow to advertise in your group, right? Bada bing, bada boom.
So my last question, I know you've already been here like an hour and a half, but it's good. I mean, I like being able to learn from somebody that's done it. But how much would you put into advertising per month paid? Because you're saying YouTube, postcards, PPC. I mean, should I split it all up or should I just go crazy on it?
Well, how much should spend? That's up to your budget. How much I would recommend you spending, and what most of the companies, especially the bigger companies, are spending, they're spending 25 to 30% of their gross income on marketing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
25 to 30%. Okay. Gross. That's like, that has nothing to do with insurance, payments.
That's before you take anything out. Yeah.
But they're probably getting a shit ton out of it, like, return.
But they're being omnipresent. They're doing postcards. They're doing Google ads. They're doing SEO. You know what I mean? They're doing flyers. And
for me, the most I could run is 2 trucks anyways. Rent a truck and then have somebody on the trailer. But that's the most I could run.
Okay.
So.
Right. So, it really, how much should do is based on your budget, right? I'm not going to say do 30% or 25. If you can only do 10% or 15%, then that's what you need to be doing. But you need to be more strategic if you got a lower budget, you need to be more strategic. For me, I would be creating Facebook groups. I would be creating my YouTube channel. I would be
focusing on that.
Right. I would be doing door knocking, cold calling, door knocking.
Door hangers, yard signs. I have some yard signs on me.
Yep, yard signs, door knocking, going to apartment buildings, going to every house that has a for sale sign, in and around my area. Self-storage facilities, senior living facilities, passing out flyers, just
You're
getting
just spending like one day doing one thing as much as possible.
Yeah.
So like
Do
one
what
day,
you- and build up that muscle. If you're uncomfortable at first talking to a lot of people, fine. Just start with 3 to 5 people, right? And then slowly build up, right? As you get more and more comfortable, you'll
Sometimes
be doing 10, 20.
And sometimes I don't think it's so much me being uncomfortable. It's me not being confident I'm going to get a return out of it. Like I'm scared I'm going to waste my time and go to all these places and get one job over a course of 3 months.
Right.
You know?
But that's fear. That's fear talking. That's a confidence thing. The only way you're going to build up confidence is like building up muscles, right? And that's
like
just got to continue doing it. And as you make more sales and you continue to do it, see, the thing that's going to build up your confidence is quantity of how much you do, right?
And a return. Because once I know I got a return, I'm all in. I just need to know I'm an all-in person. I'm either all in or I'm not in at all. That's the
right.
problem.
But here's the thing: you're not going to get a return if you only do it once or twice to a very, very small segment of the population.
Yeah.
Right. People need to be told over and over. Look how many ads you'll see for freaking toilet paper in a day. I bet you see 10 friggin' ads for toilet paper every single day you watch television.
Yeah.
Now, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And the big reason is they know the more ads that are seen, the more people they get. Now, if they just showed their ad once a week, how many people they're going to get? You see what I'm saying?
Not as much. Yeah, I got you.
Right.
And for some, I mean, even when I was running Facebook ads, $25 a day, I was getting calls just from being present. Maybe they didn't fill out my form. Maybe I didn't, get the job from that, but they were still seeing me.
Exactly.
So just doing it in general kind of makes a difference.
Concentrate on what's working, improve upon what's working right now, but then start spreading out. And you'll find the more that you do, the more quantity and effort you put into it, the more return you'll get back. Right.
And to be honest, like with the BNI and the whole summer thing, getting busy, I would say I grew pretty quick, but then I got kind of complacent because I was just getting calls no matter what, whether I was posting or not. I was just somehow staying busy. And then now I just hit a point where, we had like a big commercial job January, a couple repeat people coming back, moving their entire house. So I was like, dang, I'm killing it. It's January. I'm not going to have a slow season. And then all of a sudden the referrals run out. People ain't like the commercial job's gone. And now I'm just like, oh shit, I need to actually market again.
Right. And that's the problem with every company. It's not just moving companies. It's not just you. And it's not thing. It's especially with seasonal type job businesses like moving. That's happened. So now that you know that occurs, what you need to do this coming year, start planning for that.
I'm gonna budget, and I'm not gonna spend my money like I'm making $5,000 a week because I'm not gonna be doing that 12 months a year.
Right. So if you're getting business left, right, and center, and you barely have to do anything for it, good. Instead of spending money, put that money aside so that October, November, December, January, February, you got money for ads and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just the way the world is, but like it didn't get slow until January. Because like it seemed like moving season didn't even start for me until like the 1st of June.
It does. It's fickle. That it does have a season, and that's why we call it a season, because there's not May 1st and September 1st, boom, it starts and it stops, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's a season. So you're going to find that it has ways, but the more you're in business, the more you keep track of this stuff, the more you're going to find a repetitive harmonic to that wave, right? Yeah. And you're going to be able to ride that wave. You're new.
I know I have to hustle now. I'm just trying to think in the long term because I don't want to be a hustler forever. I want to be popping up on Google, organic, just going to my meetings. Like I don't want to be going out every single day beating the bush. If I don't, if there's a better way to do it. If
there is a better way. There is a better way. The better way is hiring people to do that for you. Right.
Or that.
Right. So
I mean,
you've got a truck right now.
yeah.
If you don't want to do it, then what you should do is find a hotshot salesperson and make them go do all the sales for you.
And would you pay them like 15 an hour commission or?
It depends. If they're an outside sales rep, then I would pay them a higher commission. I'd pay them like 10, 12, 13% of the job. But out of that, they got to do all their own marketing. They got to do all their own leads and stuff like that. If it's going to be
that doesn't mean like they have to just specifically go to apartments. That means they can do whatever they want to do to get the job, and they know they get a commission.
Yep,
is what you're saying.
And because they're commission, they're going to want to get the most amount of money they can, right? But they're going to do their own. They're going to create their own postcards and send them out. They're going to create their own flyers and send them out.
So right? if I've got like 10,000, like put up, then would you recommend like trying to test that out with a salesperson? I mean,
test it out, find out. Now, if it's more of an inside salesperson, like they're selling the leads that you're bringing in through your efforts or the company's efforts.
No, I got that.
I wouldn't give them much. I'd give them 3-4%.
No, I mean, it's not hard to book jobs as much as it is to get them coming in. Unless it's a really cheap person. I don't know how to sell cheap people. I really don't.
And I wouldn't waste my time on cheap people. But here's another thing.
Sorry.
Here's another thing. Just like people who are using your service, they pay for what they get, right? Right? If they want a good service, they got to pay up for that service, right? They're going to pay a premium for better service or better status, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna pay up for it. I mean, you pay more for a Lambo than you do for a Honda Civic. You know what I'm saying?
That's same thing. They're gonna pay for the guy that's actually reputable and
right
has experience,
right. And that's the same thing with your salespeople. You got to expect, if you want Lambo quality sales from this guy, then you got to be willing to pay the Lambo prices.
They got to get a higher commission, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I will have to start tracking where I'm getting the job if I'm going to do that. Like I
right.
can't I booked that, or you did.
Right. An outside salesperson, you can point them in the right direction. Like go to the colonies or go over to this other place that had the high rich houses. Right. Here's the luxury apartments. Right. And have them let them go to town and start knocking on doors and calling them up and building relationships up with them.
I feel like a girl, like a really nice girl that's good and salesy would probably be good to meet up with the realtors.
Yes and no. Having a nice, good, attractive woman definitely is good.
Not even attractive, just like the personality. Like the realtors, they always have that personality of like they're right. Yeah. Me. I'm just like, hello, this is Aiden. What's up, right?
And here's the thing. Maybe you go and you talk to a good real estate agent that's in the area that's really good and say, hey, look, I'd like you to work for me. You can sell houses on the side, but I want you to come and be my salesperson because they already know the area, right? You don't want to get just any old real estate agent that doesn't have any kind of proof of concept. But they have contacts with the MLS. They have, they would be a great person, Get somebody that's kind of not mediocre, but just above average, and say, "Hey, look, I think we could work together." You could on the side, you could do your real estate deals, but I need you to sell moving jobs for me. Would you be willing? And it might take several meetings of you meeting with this person to actually get them to agree to be a salesperson for you.
But man, that'd be crazy because if you get a top realtor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get a top realtor, she's not only referring all of her clients that she sells homes on, she's also trying to get work for you. And she's in the moving type of business. So
and then you just go to an attorney and create a contract for her as an outside sales. So if you're going to get a good salesperson, fine, you might have to woo the salesperson, whomever it's going to be. You can't just go and put an ad up on Indeed or LinkedIn and expect somebody to hire somebody right away, especially if they're good. You're going to have to wine and dine them a little bit, right?
Kind of win them over to want to actually do that.
Yeah. And any good salesperson that you're going to want to hire already has a job.
Yeah,
right? Any
they're not going to be
salesperson
jobless.
any salesperson that's out of work is not a good salesperson, because it takes a good salesperson to sell themselves to get a job, right?
I mean, a part-time realtor would probably be a good.
Part-time realtor, somebody that does sales already, that has provable results.
Yeah.
Maybe a housewife that does part-time. You know what I mean?
Somebody said something about one of the realtors. She said something about she sends out 500 postcards a month. She said, why don't you ask other realtors if you can be on the bottom right of their postcard and just split the bill with them or something? And I was
That's
like,
a great idea. Yeah, I would think that's a great idea. Contact some of these real estate agents and see, how much, if you could pay for some of their cards going out, right? If you participate and get, so you can have like your a little blurb like, hey, need help moving? Contact Upright. Yeah, I think that's pretty much I think you got a good game plan here. I think we went over some good strategies for you to implement. And I don't really want to overwhelm you.
yeah, that's true. I mean, there's quite a lot that you told me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only
Right.
so much that I can really do at once. So I'm just trying to prioritize what to start with.
Right.
And I kind of did.
The priority, truthfully, is I would work on the Facebook group and channel and YouTube channel. I would create YouTube videos of ad videos, and then I would do cold calling. I think those would get you your best results immediately. Fast.
Yeah, cold calling it,
And then the
and
rest
that doesn't matter what. Just door hangers, going inside the apartments, whatever.
Yep,
Yard
exactly.
signs, just anything like that, of that nature, pretty much.
Yep.
That's what I think
think-
is what I'm going to do temporarily.
Yeah.
And then once I start getting money in my pocket, I'll be sending out postcards and
Exactly. The more money you
put
make,
5,000 into SEO
Right.
per month.
Go to your bank, get a savings account, start putting like 5% out of every job into an account, so that when slow season hits again, you've got money to do marketing in the slow season.
Yeah. Oh, and then
You know?
another thing, should I hop on the location now, or is that
Yes.
not urgent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you should have done that yesterday.
Yeah. All right. That may take a day to actually find who I'm going to partner with or whose address, but I'll figure that out.
Yeah. Like I said, you could always go to one of those shared spaces and do it that way.
I mean, there's 90%, there's 50% of my SEO right there, I'm sure, for Weatherford.
Easy. Yep. Easy. All right, my friend, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for coming on. You'll see this video posted on YouTube sometime over the next couple of weeks. So if you want to watch it again, you can. All right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just about to ask you because I'm sure I'm not going to remember every little thing, and it'd be nice to watch it over.